Hello. We got a new, huge quiz challenge, Chicago Geographer. And this time we have the world grid. Let me just get my mouse and my dongle and then we'll get started. So we got the, world this time, so here we go. So, trying in the largest cities, so this is always going to be Anchorage. Oh wait, I need to, there we go, click that. Alright. Alright, this square. Alright, Vancouver, Surrey. This is going to be Delta. Let me just make sure there's not a bigger one there. I don't think there is a bigger one. Like, Seattle, Tacoma, Everett. I don't think there's, I'll just make sure. Tacoma, Everett, Bellevue, Bellingham, Bellery, Kirtland. It's gotta be, it has to be Delta. Okay, let's get the 10 plus here. So, Spoken Valley is very long. We'll get Fort McMurray and Grand Prairie here. Saskatoon is 9, so it's not going to be that. Spoken Valley is above 100k. Well, let me just see. Edmonton's too long. Red Deer, Edmonton is too short, and Calgary's too short. Fort McMurray or Wood Buffalo and Grand Prairie. St. Albert, Airdrie. Strathcona County is also in the square. Spoken Valley and Strathcona County are very close. And they're both, I think they're both just above 100k. I think whichever one I go for, you know, I gotta go with the more obvious, but let me just make sure there's not a bigger one in there. I don't think there is. Because, B-R-I-D-G. And Lethbridge is also 10. And Medicine Hat is more, but Medicine Hat is less than 100k, so it's not going to be that. Lethbridge is exactly 10. And I think I'm going to go with Spokane Valley. I think this is probably what Chicago Geographer went for. Let's see. And it was Lethbridge. But, you know, I was right that was the one that Chicago Geographer went for. But you know what? I'm not disappointed about that. Alright. Okay. Minneapolis, I think, just misses 500k. Winnipeg is definitely the biggest in the square, so I'm just gonna say Winnipeg here. That might be above 1 million, but I think we're gonna be good. Yep. Okay. Oop. Okay, please move. Alright. 250 to 500k, so Ottawa's too big. That's above 1 million. Could be Gatineau. Could be Sudbury. Now, what do you think the safest, what do you think the best one would be? Sudbury's here. I mean, I think Barrie is in here as well. What do you think? 250, 500k. So, obviously, Ottawa is above 1 million. That's too big. Should I do Gatineau? I feel like I'm gonna do Gatineau. And it was Gatineau. 2 to 5, okay. So, surely this is Laval. So, yep. Okay, and then this one's gonna be St. John's is the only one in that square. Okay, so far we're neck and neck with Chicago Geographer. Alright, we got letter H, so we're gonna be very careful. Hartford is in the square. Just gonna make sure that there's not a bigger one. I don't think there is. Let me just double check, because obviously not Boston. I feel like it has to be Hartford. Yeah, I'm just double checking that there's not a big one. I don't think there is Hartford for that square. Oh, it was Halifax, Nova Scotia. Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh, no. And it's that much bigger than Hartford? Are you serious? That's not good, but you know what? We'll make up some ground. Alright. Alright, this one's surely Indianapolis. Right. There's not a bigger one. Mississauga, Hamilton, Brampton, Markham, Vaughan. No, it's definitely Indianapolis. Alright. Alright, 250 to 500k. So, I think Kansas City is, this one's really tricky because, oh, very close. I think Minneapolis is like very close. I think Omaha is just above 500k, and Kansas City is also just above 500k. I think it's between Minneapolis and St. Louis. Actually, St. Louis, I think, might just miss that square. I'm gonna say Minneapolis. It was Omaha. Oh boy. So far, Chicago Geographer is beating me, but we're gonna. Alright. D. Denver. It's gotta be Denver, right? Dallas ain't in the square. It's gotta be Denver. Nothing in Mexico. Ciudad Juarez. Roca, Caborca, Agua Prieta, Mexicali, and Tijuana, Ensenada. Now it's gotta be San Luis Rio, Colorado. It's gotta be Denver. Denver's not in that square. Uh-oh. Okay, it is not Denver, so it's gotta be. Okay, this is tricky then. Alright. So it's not, so Denver's not on that square. Alright, so it's gotta be California then, because I don't think there's anything in Mexico. Nothing in Arizona that starts with a D, I don't think. There's Draper, Utah. But I feel like it's gonna be like Downey, I think it's Downey, California. Let me just make sure there's not a huge one. So Los Angeles, San Diego, Chula Vista, Long Beach, Anaheim, Riverside, Bakersfield, Irvine. I feel like it's, Downey, California is above 100k. Draper, Utah is less than 100k. So I think, in theory, this should be Downey, California. I just need to be safe. Make sure there's not a big one. I'm just gonna make sure there's not a big. Cucamonga, Garden Fontana, Moreno Valley, Jurupa Valley. I think it's. I'm gonna say Downey, California. There was Downey, California. Okay. Alright, 8 to 9 letters. Okay. So, the biggest one. Alright, so San Jose, that's 7. San Francisco, that's too long. Stockton is 8. Oakland is 7. Sacramento is 10. Modesto is 7. So I think this has to be Stockton. Fresno is too short. Because, Salem, Eugene, it's gotta be, it has to be Stockton. Like, San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento, none of those are 8 to 9 letters, and Oakland 7. Modesto is 7. It has to be Stockton. Yep. Alright, we're still, and then, alright, less than 250k, so, I'm just gonna put Honolulu to be safe, but I think that's above 250k. Yes, it is. So then the answer is East Honolulu. Okay. We're still losing, but never fear. We have the whole world. We have the whole world here. We're definitely going to outscore him on a lot of these. Let's see. Alright, so 2 to 5 letters. We have La Paz. We have Tepic. It's kind of tricky because I'm not sure whether La Paz or Tepic is bigger. I want to say Tepic is bigger. I think Tepic is like 400k, but La Paz is also pretty big. This is tricky. Oh no. Unless Tepic just misses that square. This one's tricky. Should I go with La Paz or should I go with Tepic? I'm gonna say Tepic. Okay, Tepic's on this square, so it has to be La Paz then. Okay. Alright, 6 to 7. So Zampo Pawn is 7. Puebla is 6. Monterey is too long. Ecatepec's too long. Guadalajara's too long. It's definitely. Oh, he's going to Miles City there. Yeah, that's too long anyway. No way Mexico is bigger. It's got to be Puebla. Oh my God! Are you serious? I forgot about Houston. Oh, this is so bad. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. This is so bad. Alright. Oh dear. That's bad. I didn't see that. I'm going too quickly there. We're getting beaten by Chicago Geographer. But let's hope we make up some ground. Let's hope we gotta make up some ground here. Okay. J. Let's see. Jacksonville just misses that square. So Merida, Cancun. Jalapa, I don't think is in that square. This one's pretty tricky. I'll just try Jacksonville just to be safe. Yeah, it's not on that square. Alright, Merida, Cancun. Valladolid, Uman, Canison, Tizimin, Chetumal, Playa del Carmen. None of them start with a J. I don't think Jalapa's in that square. San Pedro Sula, Choloma, La Ceiba, El Progreso, Lima, Danley, Toccoa, Puerto Cortez. None of them start with a J. Alright. Havana, Camagüey, Santiago de Cuba, Santa Clara, Holguin, Matanzas, Chicofoyos, Las Tunas, Simon Avila, Sancta Spiritus, Pinar del Rio. Yeah, it's gotta be Florida then. So what else starts with a J in Florida? Jupiter, Florida. I feel like that's the only one there. Deerfield Beach, Port St. Lucie. Alright. Orlando, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Miami, Miami Beach, North Miami, Miami Gardens. Okay, alright. Hollywood, Hialeah, Fort Lauderdale, Pembroke Pines, Deerfield Beach, Boynton Beach, Pompano Beach, Northport, Fort Orange, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, North. I feel like I think it's Jupiter, because I can't think of anything. I think it's Jupiter, Florida, unless Jalapa, Guatemala's in that square. I'll just play it safe and say Jalapa or Jutiapa. I don't think either of these are in that square. Now, I gotta go with Jupiter here. Yeah, alright. Alright, 2 to 5. Okay. Alright. 4. Delmas. There's Moa and Cuba. I don't think that's gonna work, though. Nothing in the Caribbean. San Juan. Ponce. Ponce is definitely bigger than Mella. We have a lot of, like, Bonnie Bonil, Azul, and Cotoy. Those are all less than 100K. Ponce is definitely more than 100K. Let me go back to Haiti. And Delmas, Petionville, Seats Away, Gonaives, Cap Etienne now. And then La Vegas 6. Monahigay. Yeah. I think it's Ponce. San Juan, Carolina. Let's see. Wasn't there another one? Yeah. I think and Mella is less than 100K. I think it's gotta be Ponce. I'm gonna say Ponce. Yeah. We're still losing, but hopefully, alright, A, Amatitlan. It's gotta be Amatitlan, right? Yeah, there's nothing bigger than that. I think that's the only 50K in Guatemala. And we got it, and Chicago Geographer missed it, so now we are actually in the lead. So, just like that, things have changed. But, yeah. So, letter J. So, alright. So Juti Calpa in Honduras and Joy Galpa. Actually, Joy Galpa in Nicaragua is not 50K. Gino Tega is 50K. Yeah, so we have Juti Calpa, we have Gino Tega. And then Western Colombia, I know there's definitely some big ones that start with a J. So let me just. I think Jacumba or Jamundi, I think is Colombia. I'm trying to think. Buenaventura, Palmyra, Centalejo. Like, those are the really big ones. I think Juticalpa and Gino Tega. Those are both there. And there's nothing big in El Salvador there. Actually, Jalapa in Guatemala is in that square. That's above 100K. So, I don't think there's a really big one. What about Ecuador, Tulcan, Esmeraldas, Porto Esmeraldas. Like, those don't start with a J. I think I'm gonna go with Jalapa for this one. No, Jalapa's not in that square. Is Jutiapa in that square? That's also above 100K. Jutiapa is in that square. Oh my god! Chicago Geographer actually got that one. Wow. Oh man, I thought I had him on that one. Well, I'm still in the lead, only slightly. Alright, Bogota is definitely the biggest in that square. That's bigger than Caracas, I think. Yep. And then this square, I'm pretty sure Paramaribo is the biggest. I think it's bigger. Oh wait, Macapa, I think is in that square. Yep. Phew, I'm glad I caught that. Oh boy. Alright, 8 to 9, so Guayaquil is 9, so that's definitely it. No way Trujillo is bigger than that. Alright. Manaus for this square, no, without a doubt. And then A. Okay, Abbey Tatuba. I have Alta Floresta, that's small there. I don't think Apparition de Guayana is in that square. I think that's down here. But I should try it just to be safe. Let's see. So I'm just trying Apparition de Guayana just to be safe. What if there's like, let me just make sure it's not Belém, not Saint Louis, not Palmas, and Guayana, Cuyaba, and yeah, I'll just, yeah, that's on the square. I feel like Abe Tatuba. Let's see, Varzegron, Rondinopolis, Lucas de Rio Verde, Queen just misses it. Oh, wait, yeah, Santarém, Maraba, Altamira. Ooh, yeah, Altamira is definitely above 100k, but so is Abe Tatuba. I'm not sure. Oh, man. Altamira or Abe Tatuba. Which one should I go with? Oof. I know Abe Tatuba is definitely above 100k. I'm not sure how big Altamira is. Go with your first answer. Abe Tatuba. Is Araguain. Anandoya. No. Oh, how did I forget that one? Oh, no. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, no. Alright, Salvador. Fortaleza is also 9, but Salvador's bigger. It was Fortaleza? That's bigger? Well, at least I got 99.4. Alright, Sao Paulo. Okay, Sao Paulo is not in that square, so it's Rio de Janeiro. Alright, and then H, Portlandia. We also got Paraguay and Argentina. I think it's going to be Hortlandia. I really need to make sure. Alright, Hortlandia. I really need to be safe here. Santiago St. Lorenzo. It's not definitely not Paraguay. Yeah, I gotta go with Hortlandia. Please don't let there be a much bigger one that I forgot. That was Hortlandia, and now we've pulled into the lead. Okay. Alright. T, so Trace de Febrero. That's like 400k, I think. Tandil is also there, but that's only like 100k. Let me just make sure there's not a big one. Leonis, Westman Echeverria. Almost of Zamora. Yeah, I gotta go with Trace de Febrero there. Oh, it was Tigre. Oh, I forgot that one. But I still got 82.5, which I will take that. Alright. 8 to 9. Alright, Santa Cruz is 9, but yeah, San Miguel de Tucumán is too long, Salta's too short, Santiago del Estero is too long. I don't think Santiago is in this square. That's Santiago, I think misses that square. It's gonna be Arequipa. Arequipa or Santa Cruz. This is tricky. Oh no. Arequipa's above 1 million, so is Santa Cruz. I think whichever one I go with, I don't think I'm going to lose 2 points. So go with your first answer, Santa Cruz, and it was Santa Cruz. Okay. Alright. Okay, letter J. So, alright, so it starts with the letter J here. Yeah, alright, alright, I'm going through these, plot here, this is tricky. You really gotta think this through. Vidalio, Mypro, Yonda, Kuyo, and Vidalio, Wilson. None of them start with a J. Bonda. Can't think of anything in Chile that starts with a J. One L. It's been so long. Madrid. None of the ones that I can think of start with a J. Azul, Playa Alta, Tres Arroyos. Oh boy, Villa Maria, Villa Mercedes, Rafaela, St. Louis, Bonda, Rio Corto, General Pico, General. Is Junin in this square? Junin might just miss that square, but I'm gonna try it anyway. It was Junin. Thank God. Okay. Alright. 8 to 9. Ushuaia is 7. Rio Grande is 9. Commodore Rivadavia is too long, and Coleto Olivia is too long. Rio Gallegos is also too long. Punta Arenas is also too long. It's gotta be Rio Grande. Unless the Sorno is too short. It's gotta be Rio Grande. There we go. Alright. Alright, now we're pulling ahead. Oh, man. I mean, Anonadwaya, Houston, Halifax, boy. I should have had those squares. Alright, let's go. Reykjavik is the only 50k in that. Oh, I forgot to click on the square. Alright, Reykjavik. Boom. Let's get. Alright, Q. Quimper is in that square. I think that's the only 50k that's there. Alright. This one's. Yep. Contadel Gada is the only. Let me make sure that Funchal. Yeah. I always forget where Madeira is. Because it's somewhere here, right? Oh no, Madeira is in. Yeah, no. That one is. It is Funchal. Yeah, Funchal for that square. Yeah. Alright, okay. E, so we have, Essaouira here. We have Arachadia here. Well, let's see. Is it Spain? Because we got a shit ton of stuff in Spain. El Jadida is also in here. El Jadida is like 200k or something. Let me just make sure. Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, Seville, Zaragoza, Malaga, Murcia, Las Palmas, Palma, Mallorca, Bilbao, Alcant, Cordoba, Valladolid. Elche is there too. Elche is also, yeah, get Elche. What should I do? Elche or El Jadida? Both of them are fairly big, but Elche is definitely, they're both, I think Elche might be 3, Elche is like 19th. I'm gonna I'm gonna do Elsh. I hope I didn't make a big mistake. Look at that! And Chicago Geographer actually went for El Jadida. Funnily enough. But, yeah. I didn't think he knew that city, but wow. He has been surprising me in this one. And we got another E here, so El Marouge. That's over 100k. But let's see. I don't think there's anything. El Wed is big. El Wed is like, I don't know, 200k. I know El Wed is. El Yuma. There's so many. There really is a lot of E's here. I don't know which one to go for. El Wed. I think, let me just make sure there's not a bigger one. There's definitely not a bigger one in France or Spain. I'm gonna say El Wed. I hope. Yeah, fingers crossed. It was El Wed. Look at that. Alright, let's go. Alright, 501 million. It's definitely not Athens. Definitely not Istanbul. Sofia, Belgrade, Sarajevo. They're all above a million. This is absolutely. This is an absolute pain because you have so many of these capital cities, and some of them are above a million. Some of them just miss a million. What do you think my safest bet here? I think Thessaloniki, I believe, is like 900k, so I'm gonna say Thessaloniki. Yeah, I'm gonna say Thessaloniki. Izmir and Bursa are both above a million. I'm going with Thessaloniki. Let's go. Survived that square. Alright, 6 to 7. Alright, so London, I think, is in this square, right? Berlin. Berlin, yeah. I don't think London is in this square, but I gotta go with London just to be safe. Yeah, no, London is not in that square. So, Berlin is most definitely bigger than Copenhagen, Oslo, Amsterdam. Paris is in that square too. Prague, I think Berlin's bigger than Paris. Berlin has like over 3 million people. Yep. Okay. Less than 250k. This is a nasty one because there is a shit ton of cities in here. Went like just misses. Yashi, Khmelnytsky, Zhytomyr. What should I just go with? I'm just gonna Pskov is like, Pskov I think is like 220k. Let's go Pskov. Rivner was the best one. And, yeah, he had Kosice, which scored a little bit more. But, yeah, that was a cruel square. There were just way too many cities in that square. Alright, so this one's gonna be Bergen. Because, yep, this is gonna be safe. Bergen. Alright, 6 to 7 again. I know Uppsala just misses that square. Helsinki is too long. Espoo. Tampere. Let me just make sure. It's not a St. Petersburg suburb. I mean the biggest St. Petersburg. Well, should I just play it? St. Petersburg is not 6 to 7 letters, so forget that. Forget St. Petersburg. Like Marino, Sevoloshk. Like they're not. Those are only just above 100k. So like, I feel like I gotta go with Tampere because Uppsala is definitely Uppsala misses that square. Yeah, I'm gonna say Tampere. Yeah, because yeah. All right. Yep. All right. S. Okay. So Armyansk, Arkhangelsk, Severodvinsk is in that square for sure. There's nothing bigger. Siktiv car is over there. It's gotta be Severodvinsk. Okay. 2 to 5, we have Inter. I think that's the only one. But Inter's not 50k though. It's Ukta. Yeah. I can't. My mind was on the Europe grid. This is Ukta. And of course, Chicago Geographer did not get that one. K, Kontimansisk, that's gotta be the biggest. Surgut, Nizhnevartovsk, those are the only bigger ones up there. So, Kontimansisk. Okay. And then 8 to 9, Norilsk is the only 50k. Actually, Norilsk is only 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Norilsk is only 7, so that's not Surgut or Nizhnevartovsk. Mijin is 6. Novia Rangoy is also too long. Neogon, Noya, I think it's gotta be Noyabursk, and Neftejugansk is too long. It's gotta be Noyabursk, right? It's not, yeah. It has to be Noyabursk. I think that's the only one there. Yep, okay. Alright, and then this one's always Yakutsk. Alright, this one, so Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, and Magadan are both in that square. I think Petropavlovsk, I think that one's above 250k, but I need to be safe because that's, yep, okay, that was under 250k, and that was the answer. Always safe to go with the bigger, even if you don't think it's that population, it's always the safe bet to go with the biggest city, the bigger city there. Less than 250k, so this one's gonna be, so Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk, I think is above, it's definitely not Khabarovsk or Komsomolsk, those are, but again, I should probably just play it safe and go with the biggest city. Okay. I was right to do so. Chicago Geographer actually went with Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk. I was right. See, smart to do so. See, I'm thinking really clearly there. Alright, so 10 plus. So Harbin, Daching, Chichihar, those are too short. So Jiamusi, Jixi, Kataihi, Hagang, Shuangi, Ashang, Udonjiang, those are both above 10. What should I go with? And Neryongri and Ustolimsk, I think, just misses it. Birobijan, Blagoveshchansk, and Heihi. Should I just, I feel like I should just play it safe and say Blagoveshchansk, because I don't think Mudanjiang and Shuangiashan are that big. They're pretty big, but I don't know how huge they are. So I think, and Blagoveshchansk is over 100k, but like Mudanjiang and Shuangiashan, I'm not sure how big those are, but those are both up there. But I think when in doubt, you gotta go with the more obvious one. So it's safer to go with the more obvious ones. So it was Shuangiashan, but we did a lot. It was Shuangiashan. I wasn't confident. They were both risky, but we still got 62, and we beat him by a lot. He gets Birobijan, but it was a safe bet. 2 plus words. Ulan-Ude is without a doubt. Like Ulaanbaatar isn't in that square. I gotta make sure. Like Ulaanbaatar, they normally write with. It's gotta be Ulan-Ude, Because Usoye, Sibirskoye, that's definitely not bigger. Usolimsk is definitely not bigger than that. It's gotta be. It has to be. It's gotta be one day. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright. 6 of 7, so. Kizzle, that's too short. And it's not gonna be Dark Hinteraired in that. Those are small. There's gotta be a bigger one in Russia. Bratsk is 6. Yeah, Krasnoyarsk is too long. Kizel's too short. Could be Abakan or Chinsk. And Gorsk. Like this, it's very tricky, but I think I'm gonna go with Bratsk. And just make sure, like, Tomsk isn't on that score. Beast is not there. I'm gonna say Bratsk. That's like 250k. Or that's like 200k. Oh my. Irkutsk was in that square? Oh, are you serious? I thought Irkutsk missed that square. Oh, Douglas, no. Oh my god. I really gotta be careful. Alright, Ekibastuz is in that square. There's nothing in Russia that starts with an E, I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ekibastuz here. Okay. Alright, now we got the letter C, so. I mean, Chelyabinsk, it's surely this is Chelyabinsk. I hope Chelyabinsk doesn't just miss that score. No, Chelyabinsk is here. It's, Astana, it's definite, it is 100% Chelyabinsk. Katerinburg, yeah. Alright, yeah. Alright. Okay, 10 plus letters. Alright, this one's gonna be very tricky. I mean, Novokuibishevsk, Kuznetsk, it really could be anything in here. Magnitogorsk, I think, is in that square. And that's a big one. Magnitogorsk. But let me just make sure. I gotta play it safe. I don't know if it's in that year. I gotta go with Yekaterinburg. I need to be safe. Okay, Yekaterinburg is not in that square. Okay, I had to make sure. Alright, so, is Nizhny Novgorod? I don't think Nizhny Novgorod is in that square either, so, but I need to be safe. That is not in that square. Okay, good. Alright, I needed to play it safe. Nizhny Novgorod, alright, yeah, I think this is gonna be Magnitogorsk. Let me just double check. Because Makachkala is down here. But I'm pretty sure, yeah. No, Makachkala is definitely down here. I think this is going to be Magnitogorsk. I just need to be a little safe, because Balashine, Penza, Orenburg, Zon, Leonovsk is less than 10. I'm gonna say Magnitogorsk. Berezhny Chelny, I forgot about that one. God damn it. But at least Shakar Geographer also said Magnitogorsk. Alright, okay, so gotta play it safe and say Moscow, because that's above 10 million. Now, should I say St. Petersburg is also in that square, and so is Kyiv. But, I think St. Petersburg is also too big. Yes. So, Kyiv then. Kyiv is also too big, so What should we do? Kharkiv or should we do Nizhny Novgorod? What should we do? I'm gonna do Nizhny Novgorod. Damn it. I should have went with Kharkiv. Oh no. And that's okay, we still have a big lead. Alright, J. So once starts with the J. Obviously Jerusalem. Jerusalem is massive. Like, nothing that starts... Like, there's nothing bigger. Obviously there's nothing bigger there. It's gotta be Jerusalem. Baghdad, Moswara, Beirut. It has to be Jerusalem. There's no way there's a bigger one in here. Alright. Africa, we're gonna destroy Shikar Geographer, you just know it. Alright, so Las Palmas for this square. That's definitely bigger than St. Louis and Senegal, I think. Yeah, alright, yeah, Las Palmas. And so Geographer went with Santa Cruz, and that was only 54. Okay. Okay, T, we have, Tiznit, Tauntaun. I think those are the only two. And Tindouf's not 50k. And, yeah. But I think it's gotta be Tiznit. Tiznit's definitely bigger than Tauntaun. There's not another 50k in here, like Kifakaides, Urat, and Timbuktu, and Gao. Those start with the T. Tamanrasset's all the way over there. It's gotta be Tiznit. Okay. Yeah, he said Timbuktu. Oh, Timbuktu does start with T, but that's, Tiznit's bigger than Timbuktu. Alright, this one, Tamanrasset is the only 50k in that square. Actually, Saba's in that square too, and Agadar's in Arlit, but it's Tamanrasset for sure. He actually got Chicago Geographer actually got that one. Wow. Oh my. Okay, so we got Khartoum North. Then Port Said and Suez just missed that square. Riyadh, Jazar, Mecca, Medina. It's not going to be any of them. I mean, I think it's going to be... If Port Said is in that square, then it's probably it. I don't think... Port Said is in the north and Suez is in the south, I think. But I'm just going to do Port Said just to be safe. Yeah. Alright, it's got... I feel like it has to be Khartoum North. Because El Mansoura, I don't think... is in that... Shubar El Khaimah. Yeah, Shubar El Khaimah is definitely bigger than Khartoum North, I think. Yeah. Shubar El Khaimah. Okay, apparently... Unless there's one H in there. Alright, so I guess it's gonna be Khartoum North then. Unless it's El Mansoura or Mahala El Kubra. But Khartoum North is above 1 million, I think. I'm gonna say Khartoum North. And if I'm wrong, then so be it. And it was Khartoum North. He actually went with Port Sudan, which only scored 39. So we are cruising to the lead. We are cruising ahead of him. Alright, okay, so this one, so Al Makalla, okay, so Mogadishu, none of the Somalia ones are 2 words, so it's gotta be, I don't think Al Hudaydah is in this square. I think it's in that square. That's bigger than Al Makalla, but I'm just gonna say Al Hudaydah just to be safe. It's not on that square, so Al Makalla. Okay. 6 to 7. Addis Ababa, no. Nairobi is... Kampala is 7. Nairobi is 7. I am going to say I think Nairobi is bigger than Kampala. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay, Nairobi is not in that square, so Kampala then. Okay. Okay, letter E we have El Janina, El Obeid. Any big ones in DRC? I don't think so. Jemena, Lasala, Binga, Kisangani, Asiro. Like, none of those start with an E. There's nothing in Central Republic starts with an E. El Obeid is definitely bigger than Janina. I think I'm going to say El Obeid for this one. Nope, not in that square. So, El Fashir then. Try El Fashir. Or, I'll try El Fashir. Probably wants me to type here. El Fashir. Okay, Connell. It's gotta be Connell. There's no way there's Cottonelle, Lome, Accra, Douala. It is 100% Connell for that square. Alright, B, Bouake, Bamako. It's gotta be Bamako. Bobo Dioulasso, it's Bamako, Freetown. It's Bamako for sure. That is massive, over 3 million. Alright, this one's gonna be Dakar. Boom, let's go. 10 plus. Port Gentil is 10. Point Noir is, I think Point Noir is also more than 10. Brazzaville is not in that square now. Brazzaville is there. So, Luanda, Wamba, Lubongo, none of those are big enough. Alright. Point Noir then. Okay. He had Port Gentil, which only scored 9.8. Oh boy. Okay, 2 to 5. So, Kitwe, Quito, and then Kitwe is above 1 million, and so is Nadola. I think I gotta go with Kitwe there. Yeah, because it's not Kigali, Bujumbura. Yeah, it's gotta be Kitwe. Yep, and he had Goma, which only scored 37.5. Alright, M. Mwanza. Because that's definitely in that square. Mombasa, oh no. But Mombasa is second largest. Mwanza is over 1 million. I'm gonna go with my first answer and say Mwanza. And it was Mombasa, but at least I didn't lose too many points there. Alright, 6 to 7, so Victoria's not even 50k. Mamoudzou, Antirana is too long. Antilaha's 8, Sambava is 7, and Mbanja. So what should I go with? Sam, and then Mbalobe is too long, and Ndawani is too long. So what should I go with? Mbanja or Sambava? I think I'm gonna go with Sambava. And it was Sambava, and Shikara Geographer went with the Mbanja. So there we go, and that only scored 71.8. So we made the right choice there. Alright, play it safe and say it, Narivo. Narivo. Nope. Alright, let's go with Tuamasina then. And that was the answer. Maputo, Harare. Which one should we go for? In Durban. Durban's there too. I think Harare is bigger than Maputo. Okay, Harare is not in that square, thank God. Alright, Maputo, then. Oh, I guess it's too small. Okay, I guess it is Durban, then. Oh no, the long way. The long way, is that 2.5 million? No, okay, that's not in that square either. It's Durban. Okay, thank God those other cities were too small. Alright, Windhoek, Shirley. There's also Welcome, but Windhoek's definitely bigger than Witbank as well. There's Witbank here and Welcome. I don't think they're as big as Windhoek. But if I'm wrong, it's better to go with the obvious and be wrong than go with the less obvious and be wrong. So it is Windhoek. Alright, Swakopmund for this square, or Mokamedes. Mokamedes is definitely bigger, so I'm just going to play it safe and say Mokamedes first. And it's not Mokamedes, so then it is Swakopmund. Okay. Oh, it was. Oh my god! Are you serious? Oh my god. And it turns out we made the same mistake. And we both said Swakopmund, and it was Walvis Bay. I know. You know, we both have two obscure minds, you know? Alright, Cape Town without a doubt. Oh my god, that's so bad. I can't believe I did that. He did, but Chicago Geographer did the same thing, so I don't feel so bad. Seeb is big. Shiraz. Be careful. Sharjah. Shiraz is bigger than Sharjah. I gotta go with Shiraz here. But Sanaa, I don't think is in that square. Sanaa, I think that one is here, right? Yeah. Shiraz is definitely bigger than Sharjah. Oh, Sharjah was bigger? Really? Oh, again, only a few points though. Alright, not too bad. Alright, J. This one's pretty tough. So what should I go with? Giraffe, I think, misses that square. Alright, what do you think? So how many more squares do we have left? We're getting close. Alright, there's nothing that's huge that's in Iran that starts with a J. I think Jerome might be the only one there, but I don't think, Ashgabat, Turkmen, there she goes. Again, Kajali, Jana Ozen, like none of those start with a J. I think Giraffe misses that square. Jerome, I think, is bigger than Giraffe. I think that's the only, Jerome and Giraffe, I think, are the only ones in Iran that start with a J. The only 50Ks in Iran that start with a J. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm mistaken, then I'm sorry. Then you know what? I'm off form. But I'm gonna say Jerome. Okay, Jerome's on the square. Is Giraffe in that square? Giraffe's not on that square either. This is a tough one. Alright, yeah, anything in Russia? I don't think there's anything in Russia. What could it be? Like, Can't think of any. What else is there? It's not Jerome and it's not Giraffe. What else is it Iraq? Is it gonna be like a smaller one in Jabal? I'm gonna come back to that one. Okay, letter D, this is gonna be Dushanbe for sure. Like, there's nothing bigger. Like, yeah, no. It's gotta be Dushanbe, right? Surely Dushanbe. Yep, alright. L, Lahore is for sure in that square, but let me just make sure there's not a bigger one. It's not Mumbai. It's gotta be Lahore. Nope, Lahore misses it. Okay, so what are we at? Larkana. That could be Larkana. And there could easily be a bigger one in India. Let me see. Pune, Thane, Bangalore, Rajkot, Ahmedabad, Surat, Jaipur, Kota, Jaipur. Let's see. Pimpri Chinchwad, Vasai, Virar, Kalyan, Dambivli, Navi Mumbai, Hasnagar. Yeah, I think I might go with Larkana here. Because I can't think of any. Hasnagar, Gawandi, Medjampur, Bikaner. Yeah, I'm gonna say Larkana for here. I hope it's not north. Okay, good. Alright, so this one's, yeah. I think Mangaluru, I think, is too big, because that's the biggest one in that square. No, yep, Mangaluru is it. Okay. Q. I don't think I'm gonna know this one. No, because there's definitely none of the Sri Lanka ones start with a Q. No. And it's gonna be a smaller India one, so yeah, no, not getting that one. S. So what do we have for S? So I mean, Kolkata, Lucknow, Chennai, Jaipur. Surat is here, so can't do that. Indore, Dhanbad, Varanasi, Patna, Ranchi, Raipur, Jabalpur, Gwalior, Kanpur, Indore, Nagpur, Aurangabad, Nashik. None of them start with an S. Delhi, Faridabad, Ghaziabad, Agra, Meerut. Ugh. None of these start with an S. Jalandhar. I mean, Siliguri is in that square, but that's a little risky. What about Nepal? Pokhara, Leeds, yeah. Sripur, I think that's too risky though. Sylhet is in the east, so that's not gonna work. Man, I feel like I gotta go with Siliguri. Because I can't, it's not Warrangal. Bhubaneswar, Katak, Guntur, Imbatur, Howrah, Jamshedpur, Asansol. Like, none of these start with an S. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a big one that I missed. But I just can't think of a bigger one. I gotta go Siliguri. Oh, wait a second. Saharanpur, right? Saharanpur. Oh my god. Yeah, well. Oh, Solapur. But he went with Siliguri, which I almost went for, and that scored only 53, and Saharanpur scored 74, so it was good that I had come up with that one. Alright, 10 plus, so not Bishkek, no Almaty, not Ranchi, but I think I missed that score anyway. But actually, Srinagar, Leh, I don't think any of those are going to be big enough. Karakol, Tokmak, like Jalalabad. Taldy Corgan is more than 10. It's gotta be, surely it's gotta be Taldy Corgan, right? No, not on that square. Tough. Yeah, Houghton, Korla, Korba. Korla, Koitun, Shihezi. Yeah, none of those are more than 10. Kashgar, Alta, Kerme, Errol, Aksu, Hotan. Like, none of those are. What if there's Ludiana, Srinagar, Ludiana, Srinagar, those are too short. Jammu, Jalandhar is too short too. There's a 2-word one in Himachal Pradesh. What's that called? It's not gonna come to me. Dagnabbit. Yeah, Bazar Kogan is here. Balikchi. Tally Corgan doesn't fit. I might have to skip this one. It's gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna have to skip this one. Alright, Q. This is another nasty one. Because it's not, it's not Zining, not Yinchuan, not Yushu, not Dilingha, not Hami, not Jio Yuguan, not Yumin, not Yeet, not Wee Woo, or what's that one called? Not Yumin, not Wu Wei. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting this square either. That's tough. W for this square. I have a bad feeling it's gonna be another India or China one. It's not Kohima, Dimapur, Guwahati, Izal, Agartala. Is Wailing in this square? And Wailing in Bangladesh? What about Myanmar? I don't think there's a big Myanmar one. That starts with a W. Then Pino Win, Magway. Yeah, I'm just gonna pray. That's so tough. These scores are tough. Because it's not gonna be, none of these start with a double, yeah, none of the Myanmar ones start with a W. Unless I can pull something out. I don't think I can. Should I try Wuzhou? Because I know there's a Wuzhou in China somewhere. This is brutal. Alright. Alright, B, so, alright. Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Dongguan, Foshan, Hong Kong, none of those are the B. Zhong, Shan, Xiamen, Fuzhou. What do you think? Beihai is small, but I don't know what to go with. They're not, like, it's not Changsha, not Jiang, what's Nanchang, not Nanchang, Guiyang, Changsha, none of these start with the B. I mean, Beihai is the most obvious one I can think of. What about anything big in Vietnam? Hanoi, Haiphong, Da Nang, Hue, Wenchang, Sanya. I'm just gonna say Beihai. And okay, that scored 93.7. BG was the best one, so we were close. I did pretty well. Alright, P, so that's gonna take a long time for me to think about this. Ping Tong, Ping Liang, what do you think? Zhao, Lian Yigong. Ponjin, I think, is in this square. I think that's over. I think Ponjin is here, so I'm gonna say Ponjin. No, Ponjin just messed it up. I'll go with Ping Liang. It was Ping Ding Shong. But at least I scored. So Chicago Geographer didn't have an answer there. F. Okay, F, so yeah, Fuzhou. No, not Fuzhou. What am I thinking of? Fushun. That's what I'm thinking of. But let me just make sure there's not a bigger one there. Seoul, Busan, Shanghai, Hangzhou, Qingdao, Dalian. It's gotta be Fushun, right? Shenyang, Jilin, Chengcheng. Yeah. Oh, Fukuoka. Oh. Now, Fukuoka's less than 1 million. Fushun is definitely above 1 million. So I'm gonna say Fushun. It was Fukuoka. Damn it. K, Kyoto. Kawasaki. Kawasaki, I think, is slightly bigger than Kyoto. Oh, Kobe. Kobe is bigger. Kobe is slightly bigger than both of them. Let me just... Yeah, Kobe. Okay. No! It was Kawasaki. Oh. But Kobe was bigger than Kyoto, which is what Chicago Geographer went for. Alright, Manila's definitely not in that square. That's down here. Miawi. There's definitely going to be a big China one that starts with an M here. I think Miawi is probably going to be my safe bet. I'm just going to say Miawi. Mabalakot. That's also Chicago Geographer said the same thing. Alright, Ipo. Ipo, surely, right? There's nothing bigger than Ipo in here. Unless it's Iskandar Puteri. I might as well just go with Ipo. Yep. Alright, C. Cantho is in this square. It's gotta be Cantho, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Cantho, 100%. Okay. And then Quezon City is in that square, yep. Definitely nothing bigger than Quezon City. I guess it just wants Quezon. Alright. That's weird. It's listed as Quezon City, but when I typed in Quezon City, it didn't accept it, but just type in Quezon this one. Banzer Limpong is in, I think Limpong actually, yeah, no, Banzer Limpong just misses that square. But I'm just going to type it in anyway, because I've made a bunch of mistakes. Alright, so Banzer Limpong is in there, so I'll do Tanjung Balai. Is that in that square? No. Tanjung Penang. Is that in that square? No. What else is 2 words? Like Lubuk Lingao. This is tough. Like, what is in that square? Mustang Centaur. Pankal Penang misses it. What's the other one? I really should have it. It's not. What's the other one? So. It's not Pankal Penang. What else is... I don't think I can think of anything else. Oh, Pagar Lam. There we go. That's it. There we go. Alright. P here, so... Yeah, now Palembang, Pekanbaru, and Padang all miss it. Pontianak is in that square. I don't think there's a bigger one in there. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, yeah. But I'm just gonna do them just to be safe. Pekanbaru and Padang, none of those are in that. Pankal Penang and Palang Karaya are both in that, but I think Pontianak, I'll go with Pontianak. There we go. Now K Kupang, without a shadow of a doubt. Kadiri is also in that square, but I'm pretty sure Kupang is bigger. I think it has like a 400k. Yep, okay. Alright, Lai is going to be that square. And then Honiara for this square. And okay, now we just have Australia left. Okay, Bunbury is going to be that square. And then less than 250k, so... Townsville, Cairns. What should I go with? I think Townsville is slightly bigger than Cairns. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Oh, Darwin. Darwin. I'm gonna say Townsville. Go with your first answer. Good. Alright. Alright. Yeah, Brisbane is up here. Sydney is... I think Sydney misses it, right? But I should just say Sydney just to be safe. Okay, good. Yeah. Brisbane. Okay. Suva. And then Tauranga. Make sure there's not a bigger one. Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, Hamilton. It's definitely Tauranga. And then Dunedin is the only one in that square. Alright. Letter S. This is going to be Sydney. And then this one is going to be Adelaide. Okay, so that gets us up to 94.77. But can I get any of the ones that I skipped on? This J is killing me. Like, anything in Azerbaijan, Baku, Ganja, Sumkait, Mingachafir, Kandalon, Lankaran, Garchukar, Arzazad, Bina, Evlak, Sheki Sirvan, Sapanakurt, Nakhchivan, Agjabadi, like none of these start with the J. Makachkala, Derbent, Kosovos, Kasavurt, Toynox, Toymazi, like none of these start with a J. Like, what the hell? It's not Binur, Kosri, Nukas, Chimbai, Kajali, Gench. Like, it's gotta be Iran. It's not, it's gotta be Iraq then? Is it Iraq? Like, is there... Zakuba, Basra, Kirkuk, Kabbalah, Erbil, Slaymanaya, Assyria, Dawaniya, Maria, Marahilla, Kut, Zubair, Bakuba. Like, none of them start with a J. Like, what the hell? It's not there. Javan Rude. Javan Rude. Jalala, that must be Iraq. But, I'm glad I pulled out Javan Rude. That's good. I don't think I'm getting these four, because it's not ones I can... Oh, wait a second, actually, isn't, like, the Fergana area is not in this, is not in that square. Like, Banzer Corgan is not in that square now. And Balikchi, Karabalt is just too short, and it's not Tally Corgan. It's not Chingji, Shihezi, Korla, Koitun. Like, none of the Hoton, Kashgar, none of those start with... It's probably gonna be a long one. And then, can I think of anything in W? There's gotta be a Bangladesh one. There's not... What's the one in Bangladesh that starts with a W? It's not Y. I don't think it was Y Ling, right? No, it was yeah. I don't think it's gonna come to me, but I might just give up. It's probably gonna be something. It's probably gonna be something in China. So I think I'm gonna stop here. Obviously, you know, I made a bunch of I should have done better. I made a bunch of bad mistakes. Like, honestly, I didn't think Pueblo was that much smaller than Houston. Like, Pueblo's massive. Like, even if I noticed Houston, I probably still would have guessed Pueblo anyway. But Halifax, like, I didn't know Hartford was that much smaller than Halifax, to be honest. Like, that's crazy. And then... yeah, like Walvis Bay, that's a bad mistake. And then, yeah, 50-50, Nizhny Novgorod and Kharkiv. I picked the wrong one. I forgot Naberezhny Chelny. And then, yeah, in Irkutsk, that was bad. Irkutsk and Halifax and Onondaga, I should have thought of that. I was thinking about Tatuba, and yeah, yep. All right. Like none of the. Let me just check. None of the Myanmar ones start with a W. Like, yeah. There aren't anything. There is not anything. Alright, you know what? Yep, I'm gonna end here. We absolutely. Oh, Chandigarh is in that square. That's 10 letters. I should have had that one. Oh, man. But, yeah. And he got, so, technically Chicago Geographer got 7901, but we destroyed him. We got 9564. Kong Wai and Wen Shan, like, I wasn't getting those. But, yeah, obviously, so, if I said, so, optimization time, if I said Halifax instead of Hartford, so that was 76.6 plus. I honestly thought Omaha was more than 500k. I'm gonna say plus 33.1 and plus 79.5 plus 26.1 and plus plus 63.7. Basically I missed out on over 300 points, but you know what? I'm not disappointed with my performance. It's been a while since I've gone through these, since I've done a lot of city quizzes, but you know what? I'm happy with with my performance. So anyway, that is it for now.